Okay, guys,
All
thank
right.
you for joining us, Texas East Fishing family. We got us a little podcast of sorts. Y'all gotta forgive us. We're not podcaster. We don't really know what we're doing, but we're trying to do it anyway. And I got Dick on today. We're gonna discuss a few things, probe into what the ministry is and what the future looks like. Just to give y'all a heads up, while we're in the off season, lots of exciting things coming this upcoming season. So let's go ahead and talk to Brother Dick. So my name is Theodore Thibodeau, and with me today is Mr. Dick Polk, which is the director of Fishers of Men Texas East. And I'm gonna start off, Brother Dick, by asking you a couple questions. And the first one I have is pretty simple. What is Fishers of Men National Tournament Trail?
Thanks, Teddy. Hey, once again, thanks so much for doing this for information purposes for our division and letting the folks out there know what we're all about. I appreciate you taking the time, and goodness gracious, your expertise and the stuff that you've done to help us so far has been absolutely amazing, and we just are so thankful for it.
Thank you.
To answer your question, Fishers of Men is a ministry that uses the platform of professionally run bass tournaments to reach people with the gospel of Christ. And that's what we do. We use it. We put on these events to bring folks in, expose them to the gospel. Hopefully, two partners get in the boat the next day and they talk about the things that were discussed in the at the banquet the night before. And it works. The Lord's using this. It's a fantastic ministry. We're seeing hundreds of guys come to Christ through this. So yeah, we're on mission and on target on what we're doing.
Amen. So just for and these are questions that I had to talk to you in private about because I wasn't familiar, but I know a lot of people probably don't know. So the next question is, how long has Texas East Division been in operation?
Okay, so Texas East was one of the very first divisions once that it was started in South Carolina about 26 years ago. And they started out just as a one event type deal, and then it grew to North Carolina, and then it went over to Georgia and some other places. But so in year two, we actually stepped out, and Texas East was formed by one of the very first director in this whole area was a gentleman by the name of Duck Wright. And that was a long, long, long time ago. And the first meetings actually were held at a place that we use the facilities today. It's not it's the same church, but not the same church building. But Hillcrest Baptist Church was the very first host of Texas. It was called Fishers of Men's Texas at that time. It wasn't Texas East because we were the only division in Texas at that time. All right. And that was 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And how long have you been part of this?
16 years now.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it's been we've seen a lot of changes in 16 years. We sure have. A lot of anglers have come through the deal. We're ministering to kids that were kids when we first started, are now grown, and they've got their children, and they're finishing their last years before their kids go off to college. Wow. So that ought to tell you something. It's been a long road.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, a few more questions. I come from a ministry background. Ministry is what's important to me. The fishing is great, but it's secondary by far. So a few ministry questions. The first one I have is, what outside ministries does Fishers of Men support?
Okay. As a whole group, we've got a lot of mission projects or ministry projects that we do because we've got so many divisions around the country. But Texas East, I can speak directly to. We have been supporting and had supported for several years an orphanage down in Brazil. However, we're not aligned with them anymore. They've had some situations that have come up down in that country that have prohibited us from doing that. But so we've redirected, and we're now supporting an organization called Cash for Kids. And we support that. And then we also have another group that we support, another international mission group, which is Jericho Road Bible Ministry. And so what we're doing is we're providing electronic Bibles that they can take over and use with these. They're all translated Bibles into the local languages. And so we're supporting that group too. In addition to that, we have done lots of different projects. We built a daycare center. Fishers of Men built a daycare center in Broadus, Texas. There was no other daycare around in a long way. And so we got together and raised all the funds and actually built a new daycare over there. We are supporting the local high school around Christmas time, special needs kids. And then the same thing over in Broadus. We're still doing that, where we've got like 40 families that we support at Christmas time. And then the other big one that we've really kind of focused to put a lot of financial support to was the Family Crisis Center of East Texas.
Right.
And we were blessed. Our guys have stepped up. Teddy and I, I've talked about in the last 3 years, we've raised nearly $90,000 outside of tournament stuff,
Right.
just to support all these different ministries that we're involved in. So Texas East as a group is a very giving group of men and women. So it's
I'm always so impressed at how far reaching that a fishing tournament organization can go, well beyond the fishing tournament that we put on. What's amazing to me, that things that I learned when I first got in here, this is a complete nonprofit. There's no one's making money here. This money is money that goes back to the anglers, and then additional money that's raised goes into the communities and doing great, wonderful things. And I think it's important that we highlight and show people that when you're part of this, you're part of a lot more than just the fishing tournament and the ministry that's on face value, but it travels so much further. I appreciate that. I love that portion about what it is this ministry does.
Well, that is, biblically, we can't say we're doing what we're called to do unless we're giving. We've got to give, right? We've got to give, whether it be our time, our financial resources, whatever it is, we got to give. Okay. And so we encourage that in our organization too. We are a parachurch group. We're non-denominational parachurch group. And so, but we still have to instill the biblical principles that make things go and make things move. Okay. So we do.
Right. Amen.
We do.
Let's talk payouts. And I'm bringing up payouts because the math just doesn't add up. So it doesn't take long to figure out how many teams are entered into a tournament, how much is their entry fees added up total, and then how much that's being paid back, plus all the bonus first place prizes and all the additional monies that's put up. It's not adding up. So let's talk about that. How is the payout structure? How is it possible that the payout, from what I'm seeing, is well above 100% payback?
Oh yeah, and most folks will look at that $150 entry, which, by the way, is one of the lowest out there.
Right. For
a tournament team trip. It is, I don't know of any that's lower. They look at that 150 and think, well, that should be $150 in the payout. Well, that's not correct, because a large portion of that goes to our national office, because we have to take care of paying for our boats. We've got our liability insurance and all these things. And then we've got 2 staff members that we support also. So only $100 of that actually stays for payout. So if you take if you can calculate and run your numbers again based on $100 instead of $150, it's even greater.
Right.
So what I do, because I want us to be competitive at the same time, if guys only have so much time to be on the water. So I want to make this thing as close to any trail out there to encourage our guys to come and want to be a part of ours. I try to get the payouts up, somewhere at least in the vicinity of what the other tournament trails are paying out. And the way I do that is we have been so blessed to have a bunch of donors, just people that are just pure ministry donors that have stepped up and said, hey, we want to help you guys be able to do the things that you do, all the food at the banquets and all the extra stuff that we do, but mostly including the payouts. We've got to have seed money to get those payouts up. So we roughly pay out about 150% of what we take in.
Right. That's amazing.
Okay.
Right. I mean, as a tournament fisherman myself, that is unheard of, and it's unseen no matter what. Normally, I mean, if you see a trail that's paying back 80%, you're impressed. But we're at 150%,
Yeah.
or whatever it is exactly. But it's considerable the amount of payback. And I think I don't know that everybody appreciates that the entry fee is $150, but the payback is as great or greater than those entry fee tournaments that are well above 200. So it is impressive, and from what you're saying, the way that's done is by a handful of very dedicated individual that believes in this ministry and what it is that this ministry does. Again, those people don't want to be named, but there are some wonderful people behind this ministry,
And they're in it, Teddy, purely for ministry.
right?
They know, they believe in what we're doing here, and the folks that we're trying to reach. Even if you're not a Christian, you want a place where you can bring your family,
Right.
that you don't have to worry about a bad environment and things like that. This is very family oriented. In fact, we got lots of husbands that bring their wives and kids and all that stuff and participate in our banquets and stuff. It's a safe place. It's a safe place to bring family or friends. If you've got a friend that's kind of walking on the edge, and doesn't, boy, what a great place to bring somebody that's maybe suffering with depression or something like that. Because you've got a good group of folks there that are going to reach out and put their arms around them, and that Christian fellowship, or that fellowship in general, is just wonderful.
Right.
Okay, that's what brings them back. That's what keeps
That's what brought
bringing
me
them
back, and in fact, that's what got me part of this. Is that
Right.
Yes, it's a wonderful environment, family friendly, and like you said, we encourage that people come, for the teams that are fishing, and bring your family with you to the meetings. I mean, the meetings
Yeah.
are open to that, and we will adjust the size of the building accordingly if
Yeah.
that it becomes a problem. Absolutely. Uh, okay, so another question. All right, so we understand that this is this tournament trail is primarily a ministry that puts on fishing tournaments, and there's ministry going, and we realize that there's some people that are backing what we do, and they're investing into to what it is that Fishes of Men does and provides. But as an angler, I guess a lot of anglers see, well, if I come into the tournament and I'm putting up $150 entry fee, and then the payout is actually more than my entry fee back, then how is it that I'm part of this ministry? How does the average angler that just participates in the ministry, how is he helping, and how is he part of the ministry to spread the word and to do the things we do?
Okay. So twofold. Okay. He's these are our billboards. These are our guys. These are our broadcasters. Okay. These guys that come be a part of the thing, and then our banquets and our tournaments and how we do everything, man, they go out and they spread the word. Okay. That's big part right there. The second thing they can do is if you come one time because your best friend and y'all may be Christian guys, and y'all come that first season, you see what it's all about, and it's an exciting thing. It's a lot of fun. It's a great time, right?
Right.
We encourage those guys to go out, get them a new partner, maybe someone that's struggling a little bit, maybe someone that's having problems at home or whatever. Maybe it's a person that's fallen away from church or whatever, and their walk is not as it should be. Invite that guy and let him come and be a part of it. And hey, we got 5 events. We're going to show those guys some true fellowship. We're going to love on them. We're going to do the things that they need to do. And hopefully by the end of the season, their lives will be turned around. They'll be going in the right direction. And then we hope that they replicate what has just happened with them. They go out and find somebody that's, even though it's fun to fish with this same guy, it may be more fun if I can get somebody and bring him into the fold too. And so that's the whole premise of what we're doing. That's the multiplication factor of all this. Okay. In addition to that, we talked about the donations and stuff that we've done. Well, let me tell you something. Those are all anglers that have shown up and said, you know what, I believe in the ministries that y'all are involved in, and they've opened their pocketbooks. They've opened their hearts and their pocketbooks. And so they're doing it. So they're impacting. We're impacting the local communities, we're impacting the nation, and we're impacting the world right out of a little old fishing group in Texas, Texas East.
It's a win-win. If tournament fishing is part of your life, well, come fish a tournament and be part of ministry at the same time. I mean, there's nothing better than that as far as I'm concerned. Doing something you love and you're also doing ministry. So that is an absolute wonderful reason people should come and they should be part of this.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about I don't know if you have the dates in front of you, but let's talk about the 2026 schedule.
Okay.
If you
I've
have the
got the dates.
you can
I sure do. We've got for 2026, we're going to start out on Toledo Bend on February the 7th. On the second event of the year is March the 7th. We'll be on Sam Rayburn. April the 11th, we're back on Toledo Bend. That's a great time to be on Toledo Bend too. All these dates are really good days. May 2nd, we're back on Sam Rayburn. And then we finish the season out on June 6th, back on Toledo Bend. And we'll have our final event. So we'll be on Toledo for 3 events this year.
Right.
The meetings, the banquets will either be at First Baptist Church in Hemphill, or if our numbers come in and they get a little higher, then we're going to be moving over to the new gymnasium
Right.
at the Hemphill High School. And we've gone and toured that thing. It's absolutely beautiful in there.
Beautiful place. Right.
And the school district, Stephen English, and as a superintendent over there, has extended that and opened that up to us. We're so excited about that. Over on Sam Rayburn, we were Lucas Holloway, which is the superintendent over there, is so excited at the fact that if we do in fact take off and grow some, that we're going to be back in his brand spanking new facility. In fact, it won't even open until October. And it's going to be able to seat like close to 1,000 in there. So we're so excited about that. He is so excited about Fishers of Men coming back into their school again. So
Right.
we're really, really excited about that.
And as excited as I am about those new facilities, if how that plays out, there's something I'm more excited about, especially a Toledo Bend guy. And where will these tournaments be out of if, Lord willing, things go to plan?
Now, what are you talking? Oh, you talking about for our tournaments? Okay, so if you've been fishing in the central Toledo Bend area, everybody's been hearing the buzz about the new SRA park on Toledo Bend. Well, Teddy, you and I have been out there, and we've actually driven across that big, massive parking lot, and it is going to be absolutely spectacular. It's the new park. For those that don't know, and I don't know the exact number of the highway, but anyway, it's the highway going like you're going up to Lowe's Creek, and you pass the barbecue place and you go down a couple of miles, and there's going to be some new signage and everything, but it's back off to the left back there. The beauty of it is there's going to be a massive staging area out there in the water. It's all protected, whether it's a north wind, south wind, it's not going to make any difference. It's going to be very protected back in there.
It's in a good location. It's directly across from Cypress Bend, and it's at the mouth of Palo Gaucho. If you don't know where it's at, you haven't seen it. The construction's been going for a while. They're projected to be finished, weather permitting, at around that time. So this is gonna be our go-to place at some point. It's gonna be our permanent home, I would imagine. And if they're ready for this year, which everything is projected to be, we can't wait to use this place. I mean, it's just it's a beautiful place. Just to take a picture of yourself holding a fish, it's a beautiful place.
Oh, it is. It is absolutely gorgeous out there.
Great spot. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Big pavilion. Going to have a big, massive pavilion.
Right.
It's going to have all kinds of really nice bathrooms and everything. It's really going to be set up back there for us, and it's so we're really excited about it.
Really excited about it, and once everything is said and done, we'll definitely provide people with more directions and how to get there and that kind of stuff. Once that happens, if the location is not ready in time, then we have backup plans, and we'll keep everyone informed on that. But hoping that the weather cooperates and the construction continues, because I'm excited about that for this year.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we talked about where the meetings are going to be held. Okay, let's talk about the changes for 2026. As far as what we've added, and those things, there can always be more surprises coming later. Who knows what's coming down the pipe? We're always trying to to look for bigger and better things and ways to make it good. But specifically, this no FFS, no forward facing sonar bonus. Would you tell us about that more?
Okay. So what we've done is we, everybody that's a tournament angler knows that there is controversy going back and forth on whether forward facing sonar should be allowed or disallowed or whatever. And at Fisher's of Men, especially us at Texas East, we really work hard at being inclusive. Okay, we want to be inclusive. So the only way we could be inclusive and still satisfy and be able to because we got two sides of that argument going. So what we decided to do is that, instead of saying, one's going to be good and one's not, we're just going to add. So what we did is we got together like with some of our advisors and said, what if we did this? And we just added a bonus. So the highest placing team that did not use forward facing sonar, did not turn it on for the tournament, the highest placing team will have a $3,500 bonus. So there's going to be bonus money in there for the teams that don't fish with that. Now, if you get out there and you decide you're not going to do forward facing sonar and you fish and do whatever you want to do, and then you're not catching any fish and you decide you're going to turn it on, you turn it on, that's fine. It's not going to matter, right?
No harm, no foul. You're
right.
Just out of the
no
bonus.
harm, no foul. But if you want to qualify for that category, you can't turn in fact, you need to unplug it. You just need to unplug it and be done.
We'll have more details on that bonus when it gets closer to time, being that it's something new and something different. And for those that this is the first time you're hearing it, so you see every tournament trail is trying to figure out how to navigate this new exciting world that we're part of. And there's nothing more controversial than the forward facing sonar. And Dick and I can tell you, and the rest of all of our guys that work with us, we've heard every argument. I'm active in the fishing community. I see all the latest, greatest YouTube videos with all the popular people talking about it. I see it. I'm up to date. We understand it. But we're trying to find a compromise. So just like the other tournament organization, they're making decisions and they're trying to figure out what's best for their organization and the direction that they want to attempt to. But I tell you, there's a common theme. And the common theme is every organization will say that we're going to try this and then we'll see what happens, because we don't know what the future holds. I mean, people hollering at us and fussing about the forward facing. We've heard that, and that could get loud, and it could be a little bit much. But we also know that there are some legitimate reasons that people don't like it, but there's also legitimate reasons people do like it, and we're just trying to find a happy middle to an actual compromise. And these positions and how this happens, well, we'll see. We'll see how other divisions do it, see how things work out for them, and then we'll see how things work out for us. But we're definitely on the side of trying to be as inclusive as possible to give everyone a place to come. And again, there's no perfect compromise in this, but this bonus definitely gives those that have no intent to use it, it definitely gives them a target to shoot for on those times where, people feel that the forward facing sonar is going to dominate. Well, you have at least that. It gives you something to shoot for, because those concerns are legitimate, and we want people to know that we do hear them and that we do understand them. So, okay, moving on from that, what are the goals for the upcoming season when it comes to expected turnouts and that sort of thing? Who knows, but what are the goals?
Yeah. So the last couple of seasons, we had a huge spike about 4 years ago when we started. We increased our payouts. That's when we went out and sought out some donors to help us, attain that stuff. And once that happened, boy, I tell you, our numbers shot right up. However, this next season, our goals and our objectives are to try to at least double what we've done. And the reality is that, push us up over, 200, 250 boats. That would be an awesome thing. It's very doable. It's very attainable. And what happens is when those type things happen, then the payouts get so much better, right? So each thing,
Yeah,
No,
down
I'm
lives,
telling
the
you, it
payouts
just,
get better.
the payouts get really, really good. Now, it does present challenges for the team because we have to go, of course, we have, we go from feeding 350 to 400 people to 600 to 650 people. So it's a challenge for us, but it's a challenge that we welcome.
Right.
We welcome that because we know that we serve a God that's going to provide. So I'm not worried about that a bit. In fact is, we hope that it triples. Okay. But a realistic goal is to see our numbers, double.
That that would be an amazing goal, and hey, we're in it to win it, and it won't
Yeah.
be from a lack of effort. I tell you.
There you go, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
All
Yeah.
right. So we'll wrap it up with this. If someone is new to Fishers of Men, doesn't know anything about it, where can they go, or how can they find out more information about our organization?
All right. So there's two websites that you can go to. Okay. The first one is our national site, which is www.fomntt.com. That's our national site. Okay, that's Fishers of Men National Tournament Trail.com, FOMNTT.com. At that site, you can register and actually you get your memberships there. You're going to get all your memberships and everything will be done right there for the annual membership. Now, for Texas East, it's fishersofmentexas.com. Fishersofmentexas.com. And all the stuff that's happening at Texas East, all of our, in fact, there's our pictures from the tournament results, registration, everything is going to be on that site. So you'll be able to access that too. And so that's the two go-to places for finding out, about us.
That's awesome. And you could also, many people message us on Facebook, and
Yep.
me and Dick Bolt monitor that. So if you get a message come in, we'll answer you as quick as possible. And you can see our underneath our names right here. We have our email addresses if you want to contact us through email. If you have any questions or want more information, guys, we're here to help. Look, we're here to serve. So if you need us for anything, if you need prayer, let us know what you need. That's what we're here for. We couldn't be more honored that you would trust us to pray for you. So if you have those,
Teddy, we kind of moved away from here, and I don't know that we've mentioned it, but I will say this, that in the last 3 years, we've had close to 140 salvations, guys that came into a relationship with Christ for the first time in the last 3 years through the meetings that we've been having, not to mention the hundreds of rededications. These are men and women that saw themselves going in the wrong direction in life, even though they had a relationship with Christ, but they were kind of going in the wrong direction, turned their lives around and re-engaged with their families, became more, way better employees and things like that. Just, we've seen life change from what we're doing here. So I can't state that enough. That's what we're about.
Absolutely. The Lord is blessing this ministry. And that'll lead to another thing. Look, if any of y'all want to, help out in any way or support this ministry, we do this. Look, this is nonprofit. We don't make money. We don't make profit. We don't make anything from this. We're doing this because of the love of the Lord. And if you want to help and contribute to that, we definitely would love to have you as a partner, and get in touch with us so we can see how we can make that work. And we'll close with that. Dick, any closing thoughts?
No, just we're excited. We hope to see hundreds of new folks there.
Man.
It's going to be an exciting time. And we talk about this a lot. We have a little mantra. We say we're so much more than just a check at a boat ramp. All these other tournament trails, they may be good, and they are good, and there's some great folks involved in it. But quite frankly, about the best you're going to walk away with is a check at a boat ramp. All right. That's not going to happen at Texas East, okay? Not with Fishers of Men. We're so much more than that, okay? And so I encourage you, and not only come yourself, but invite a friend. Invite a friend. This is something that's different. It's exciting. It's fun. It's family friendly. Come be a part.
Amen.
Come be a part.
Guys, God
All
bless,
right, brother.
and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, buddy. Thank you.